I'm getting very, very excited. I'm so sorry. I can hear myself getting like more and more high pitched as we go through, and more excited. I need to calm myself down a bit. But seriously, I mean, look at that. Just look at that. That is absolutely insane. Hello, it's Matty coming at you with another Planet Coaster Park Spotlight. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the video, and welcome to what I have been looking forward to for years. We have the sequel to the Lord of the Parks, created by Albriss and Warin Gee. You could say that last park was one park to rule them all. But it was spotlighted by the most unlikely creature imaginable. Some YouTuber like called Matty or something. Useless, don't bother with them. But I am so excited for this. So back in January 2023, we spotlighted the first park, which covered all of the events of the Fellowship of the Ring. And we now have the sequel, The Two Parks. So covering the events of the second film and second book, The Two Towers. We have no flashy cinematics for this one. I want this to be as spoil-free as possible. I want to go into this blind. When I loaded the park up, it did put me in the centre of the park, but I very quickly whizzed over towards the entrance, and I haven't looked at anything else whatsoever. I want to have this completely spoiler-free. I want to have that awe that I know that Albriss and Warin can give me. So as we come through the entranceway over here, not much being given away from the bat. I'm assuming in this park we've got Helm's Deep, I would imagine. I would imagine that we've got Isengard as well. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. And then what in front of us looks like Rohan. So it looks like Albriss up on the hill. Potentially we've got a path that goes over to the right-hand side over here. And can we go to the left? No, we can't. So we'll go straight up here instantly into Albriss. And this is a full nighttime park, which I was not expecting. So we've got a coaster that comes right underneath us. A wooden coaster. Are we going to be lucky enough one come underneath us as we're here? No, we're not. And we're not going to stand and wait, because I imagine we have got a lot to look at in this video. Wow, these stairs are steep. Giving me a little bit of beer to go. Just coming up here. Oh, there it goes. Just past us there. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I've been waiting years for this park. After the amazing Fellowship of the Ring park that took us on a journey, didn't it? It started off in the Shire and took us all the way into the Forest of Galadriel and everything in between. It was absolutely incredible. We had some insane experience coasters in that park that was taking us through the story of the Fellowship of the Ring, and I'm expecting similar things in this one also. But as we carry on coming around here, so we've got a flat ride right in front of us. We have the stables. So of course the Riders of Rohan, very like the horsemen around here, so we would need the stables for them. And we've got the spinning coaster that normally goes over water, but instead you put it going over straw and hay, because why not? Nice little flat ride design there. And let's carry on walking right to the top of the hill, right to the top of Albriss, where I assume we've got the Great Hall. Is it Meduse? Or something like that. It's something along those lines, isn't it? I can't remember what the hall is called now. Something beginning with M. So up we come. Oh, there we go. So we have Meduseld or something like that is the Great Hall at the top of Albriss. We've got some seating just over here overlooking the rest of the area. And we'll go on the ride in a moment. I like how you've got all of the defences set up around here. So you can just come and stand up here and then look down with your archers down here ready to defend the area if needs be. We've got a little seating area over here. I'm going to try and be careful to make sure that I don't miss anything in this park, because I know what Albriss and Warin are like with their little Easter eggs all over the place. There's bound to be Easter eggs hidden around this park relating to the second Lord of the Rings book and the film The Two Towers. So we'll make sure to try and check absolutely everything what's round the back of here. So we've got a toilet block and then just some designs back here. I know that Albriss did say to me that he really did struggle with the percentage with this park. He struggled a lot more with this one than he did the first one, and he did have to use the percentage glitch to get everything into this. So I assume this is a very, very high piece count park. Well, let's have a walk down the queue line. So this is a Planet Coaster 1 park as well, by the way. I didn't say that at the top of the video. This is a Planco 1 park, not a Planco 2. Because I don't actually believe that they would have been able to do this in Planet Coaster 2 with the restrictions, with it being a little bit more restrictive than what Planet Coaster 1 is. And I believe this park has actually been out for a while. It came out when I was on the break. So it has been out for a while on the workshop. So make sure to go and download this. Go back to Planet Coaster 1. Boot it back up again. Go and explore it for yourselves, because no doubt I'm not going to be able to do it justice. And then look at the design on this building here. Like, all of the detail here. I expect nothing less from you guys. You guys always excel at your building details. I can see a coaster off over there. Stop spoiling it, May. Stop it. Is there anything inside? I just need to double check just inside. There's anything inside the great halls. No, there's not. I'm breaking the immersion. Right, so we've got a wooden coaster here. We have our first ride of the park. So let's go for a ride. Enjoy, everyone. That was a great first ride of the park, and like a prelude for everything that we've got upcoming. I'm trying to avoid spoilers in this, but I can see the Tower of Isengard in the background over there. Look at that! Oh my days, I cannot wait to go over there. And we did also get a glimpse of Helm's Deep, just as we were on the lift hill. For the keen eyes amongst you, you may have spotted Helm's Deep just off in the distance. Oh, I cannot wait to go over there. So right, let's carry on, shall we? We can't dawdle, because I'm assuming that we have got a lot to look at here. So let's come back down here again. And the one thing with Albriss and Warin parks I've always found really good, and I'm assuming this one is going to be the same way, is how easy they are to navigate. Even though they are super detailed parks, they're never on a massive scale, and they're always very easy to navigate. I don't find myself getting lost in them very often, so I'm very much hoping this one is going to be the same. And we have just got a very set path to follow kind of thing. But let's turn down here. It's very strange to have a nighttime park. I was not expecting a nighttime park for it, but I guess it makes sense with Isengard and Helm's Deep and everything, especially Helm's Deep. You'd need that to be at night. But we will have a look at the park in the day towards the end of the video to make sure that we haven't missed anything. I love how the wooden coaster comes all down along the path here. Get a really good view of that. And you can see up at Albriss from here. Edoris, I'm sorry. Edoris from here. Oh, I'm now doubting myself. Hang on. Edoris. I was now doubting myself. I said it wrong first, and then I started doubting myself. But yeah, I love the shot coming down here, especially like kind of if you're on guest POV as well. Like kind of if you're right down here at the guest level, looking up at it. Yeah, incredible. So just on the right-hand side, we have the Little Riders of Rohan. Oh, the Little Riders of Rohan. So we've got the carousel just going over a water feature. I like how you've done the wooden supports holding the queue path up. And we've got all of the horses going around, of course. Yeah, again, lots of great detail going around the top of the ride with all of these wooden planks and beams coming around. Yeah, very nice design there. And what have we got if we carry on walking around here? Oh, I'm excited for this. So it's starting to get a lot more built up. Oh, we've got Fangorn in front of us, I can see. So Fangorn Forest, home of the trees. They're not trees, they're Ents. And then on the other side of Fangorn, we must have Isengard. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. Oh, I'm so excited. We have the Eagle's Eye. Look at this entrance here. Is that for the flat ride there? It must be. Oh, I love this queue path design. Feels like we're actually in the forest already. And as we come up, we'll have a quick look around here before heading into Fangorn Forest. Oh, beautiful design around here again. Just with all of the rock work and the foliage. Loads of detail around here. You've got all of the eggs back here, all the eagle eggs. Yeah, great job. And let's start heading towards Fangorn Forest, shall we? I love that entrance design there. Right, let's come into here. Wow, look at this. How overgrown it is. It really does feel like we've actually stepped into a forest. So we've got the toilet block on our left-hand side. I really like these lights that you've got everywhere. The way that you've done them. Oh, this looks absolutely fantastic. Just all the sounds all around us. We've got some food and drink over here. We've got a coaster going right over the top of us, look. I believe that is the main coaster of the park. So I would assume that's going to be the big storytelling coaster of the park, I'm kind of thinking. So I've got no idea where the entrance for that is. But I think we'll probably try and leave that towards the end of the spotlight and we'll try and go on that. We've got all of this marshland area over here, like the swamp. The amount of foliage there. So much detail. And the choice of time of day really adds to it with the reflections upon the water. This is so immersive. Right, so we can go left and right here. Let's just have a quick look to the left. Is this a ride exit, possibly? It certainly looks that way, doesn't it? It looks like it might be the ride exit for this coaster. Yes, it is. Look at that station build. We will have a look at that in more detail when we get to the actual coaster itself. But we'll come back around here. So yeah, the coaster is right there. So I think what we'll do is, I'm assuming that's the big coaster of the park and the big storytelling one. So I think we will leave that to the end. Oh, I can see Isengard off in the distance just between the trees. Right, let's carry on heading this way. I've got people coming over a bridge there. Where are they coming from? Is that a ride exit also? Look at the Ent! Oh my days! We've got a ride here, March of the Ents. So what is this? Is this another coaster? What is this? It sounds like it might be a log flume or something. It sounds like a log flume. Oh, this looks absolutely stunning. I am so immersed in this. So engrossed. I can see another ent up there, look. And another one up there. Oh, this is incredible. And all of these people seem to think so too, judging from how busy this ride is. Right, we'll carry on walking up here. And we're at the station. It's so well hidden. It's so well camouflaged and everything. I didn't even realise that's where we were. Right, so we have indeed got a log flume. I am buzzing for this. I've got absolutely no idea what to expect. So let's go for a ride. Enjoy, everyone. that was a long log flume. I believe that was about 5 minutes, but at no point in that was I bored at all. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing, like kind of telling the story of the march of the Ents upon Isengard with Merry and Pippin in tow and everything. You've got all of the quotes around the ride from Treebeard. I'm no tree, I'm an Ent. I find myself doing Treebeard quotes almost on a daily basis. Now, don't be hasty. Just amazing. The use of foliage and rock work and detailing around that storytelling, absolutely incredible. And just Isengard looks insane. I cannot wait to get to Isengard. I believe that's where we're heading next. So as we come out to the exit for the log flume, I'm still reeling from that. I can't quite get over that. That was incredible. And that wasn't even the big ride of the park. I still think that coaster is going to be the big one. So just leading us up even more to the big ride. Right, let's start heading down towards Isengard, shall we? So this park certainly does appear at first glance to be a lot smaller than the Lord of the Parks was, the Fellowship of the Ring one, because I believe that took me about an hour to spotlight that park. So this one is definitely on a smaller scale, or so it seems, but judging from even from the Isengard Tower alone, I mean, I don't even want to imagine how many pieces that is. It's going to be something astronomical, isn't it? So we have Shadowfax, so that's going to be the coaster. So we are going to come back to that. We'll end the spotlight on that. So we'll start heading down towards Isengard. What is this over here? Is this just a little seating area or something? Or is this a flat ride or something? It doesn't appear to be a flat ride. Oh, is it just it's just a little seating area, so a little food and drink area. Imagine just sat here with that as your sight line. It just, I can't get over that building. It is literally Isengard. It is literally the tower from Isengard. You've ripped it from the film and put it in Planet Coaster. How have you done this? How have you guys done this? I don't know how you do it. Right. I'm getting very, very excited. I'm so sorry. I can hear myself getting like more and more high-pitched as we go through and more excited. I need to calm myself down a bit. But seriously, though, I mean, look at that. Just look at that. That is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I love how the log flume comes around us here. We are going to have a look at that tower in more detail in a moment. I'm just in awe. In absolute awe. So, right, what have we got around here? So we've got more food and drink around here. You've got the hand that go on the Urukai. Love the designs around here. This is going to be somewhere that will benefit from having a look in the day later on towards the end, just so we can appreciate a lot of these details a little bit more. I'm noticing a lot of the same techniques that you used in the collab park that we did, the Black Citadel. A lot of the same kind of textures that you use that would totally make sense for Isengard as well. And we have got a queue line over here. So what is this for? So, or thank. What is this? Is this a drop tower inside of the ride? Oh, look at that interior. Just look at that. You got the eye there. The one that Pippin, I want to say Pippin, picks up. Is it Pippin or Merry? I can't remember which one of them it is. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings for a couple of years. I actually need to rewatch them. It's funnily enough, my eldest was actually on about Lord of the Rings a couple of days ago, saying that she really wants to work through them again, and we'll like kind of have a bit of a weekend session where we work through the extended edition. So I think we might have to do that. I think it's long overdue that we have a Lord of the Rings watching session. Is there anything behind there? No, there is not. Stop ruining things, Matty. But yeah, this interior is just absolutely incredible. I will just very quickly have a zoom up here just in case there's like something at the top and I'm supposed to have gone on the ride kind of thing, to make sure that I don't miss anything. But I don't believe that there is. No, I don't believe there is. Have we got a little Gandalf stuck at the top up here? No, we haven't. I wondered if Gandalf would be stuck at the top. No, because of course he wouldn't, because that happens in the first film, doesn't it? So it wouldn't have made sense. Oh, that's a bit of a... if I spin the camera like that as well... Oi! Don't do that, mate. You're going to make everyone travel sick. Yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. Incredible work with that interior flat ride. And I think that's a dead end. I believe it is. So does that mean we're going back to the coaster already? I think it does. I mean, I'm not arguing. The quicker we get to the coaster, I'm not going to argue about that. So, right, let's start heading back then, shall we? But I love this whole Isengard area. In fact, just before we head off, I do want to just very quickly have a look around the area. And also just have a look at the actual tower. I mean, can I even see how many pieces this is? So one side of it is 1,177 pieces. So like kind of, so for each side that's 4,000, about 4,600 pieces for like each side, and then that's excluding all the top as well. So call it just shy of 5,000 pieces for that one build. Incredible. And then of course you've got all of the outskirts as well. Am I supposed to be going down here? Am I breaking something by going down here? I don't need to go down there. Don't look down there, Matty. Don't do it. There's no need. I've got to. Sorry. I'm just thinking, just in case there's like a hidden Easter egg or something down here. Like, kind of, why would they have done the terrain? Do I need to put the torch on? Just to... purely because I'm wondering why the terrain was here. So I'm wondering if maybe there was a little Easter egg or something back there. But there wasn't. Right, okay, I'm happy now. I'm content. I would have kicked myself if I'd done it, and then Albriss had said, oh no, you should have carried on because I hid something back there. But now we know. Yeah, look how the coaster comes around the tower. Right, okay, no more messing about. Let's start heading towards the coaster, shall we? I'm so excited for this. So excited for this. Right, back down here. I love Fangorn Forest, how you've done this. Right, let's come up the queue line. Got the coaster coming right next to us. And as we come down here, up we come to the station. This station build. Wow. It's incredible. I think this park really did work as a nighttime park. I think it really like kind of brings everything together with all of the lighting and the shadows and everything. It just, everything complements it. But right, let's get on this ride. Nothing else to say. Absolutely buzzing. Cannot wait. Enjoy, everyone. This is going to be a good one. I just know it. guys, I need help here. I don't actually know how to form proper sentence structure to say what I'm thinking right now. That was absolutely incredible. Incredible. I didn't think you could one-up yourselves from the experience coaster that we had in the Fellowship of the Rings park, but I genuinely think you may have just done that. Like, how? How did you do that? The storytelling, the triggered effects, the set pieces, it was amazing. And not to mention, you managed to tell the Battle of Helm's Deep from two different perspectives on one ride. So we had the perspective from the Uruk-hai that were leaving Isengard and marching there and arriving to the battlefield, and you've got like all the rain and at night and all the triggered effects there, and then like kind of marching upon Helm's Deep. But then you transition that like seamlessly into Gandalf arriving with the Riders of Rohan and like coming down on the hill with the sunset in the background as well, nonetheless, and like turning the tide of the battle. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I could see why this park is now smaller than the first one. This one ride alone must have been the reason for that, and like the whole Helm's Deep and everything. Like, if we actually have a look at Helm's Deep, I don't know if I'm going to be like kind of breaking the immersion a little bit here. I don't know how much I should go into this, because I don't know how much detail you'll have been able to go into with this build because of the limitations. No, do you know what? No, it is quite detailed inside, actually. You've still been able to do it, so you've actually got Helm's Deep. There won't be anything in the halls. I'm not even going to look in there. I don't want to ruin that. But this is literally Helm's Deep in Planet Coaster. There you go. Gandalf's just coming with the Riders of Rohan now. He'll be coming down. Oh, I think he's already come down. I believe I've just missed that already. I'm sorry. But, yeah, that was sensational. Absolutely sensational. Well worth the 3-year wait for this park. And there's only one problem I can see now. I can see an issue, and I know that you guys aren't playing Planet Coaster as much now, but you've delivered 2 incredible parks with the first 2 films. We're missing a third. We need Return of the King. You're gonna have to do it. I'm sorry. You've got to. The people demanded. The people expected. I demanded. We need Minas Tirith and the battle there. We need the conclusion of this amazing trilogy of parks, because you can't deny us with what you've created here. Incredible work, the both of you, once again. I need to go to some closing thoughts now, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but let's give it a whirl, shall we? Actually, no, I lied. It's not closing thoughts. Psych! Yes, I forgot. I completely forgot. With being mind blown with that, I completely forgot that I said I did want to have a look at the park in the day also, to make sure that we could see some of the smaller details. It is a little bit of a shorter spotlight, so we have got a little bit more time to be able to appreciate the park in the day and pick up maybe on some of the smaller details that we may have missed from the night perspective. But Erebus looks absolutely amazing in the day. I almost think that maybe Erebus looks better in the day, because you don't ever really see Erebus at night in the film. So we're able to appreciate that a little bit more in the daytime. But we'll come back down here again. So we won't do a full park tour, of course, because we have already toured the park. But I want to have a look at the key points, certainly, of the park in the day, and maybe even notice things that we did miss at night. So we've got the flat ride, of course, over here. So we've got some little hot springs just around here that I didn't really notice at night. Maybe just a couple little bit more details. But yeah, I still absolutely love that. And I wonder what Fangorn Forest looks like in the day. Will it still have the same effect in the day or not? Yes, yes it does. It doesn't have that same like kind of magical feel like that it does at night, but it still looks absolutely incredible, and you can still fully believe that you are in a forest right now. And one thing I didn't say about the coaster, in my absolute mind blownness, I didn't even mention it. You created the music. You created the Hobbit music in Planet Coaster. In Planet Coaster. Like, how have you done that? This is console, guys. This is a console park. This is not PC. So this is not custom media that he's put in to the park, that they've put into the park. This is music that they have created in-game using the triggered effects. How did you create Lord of the Rings music with just triggered effects in the game? I don't know how you did it. I genuinely don't know how you did it. Like, my jaw just hit the floor when that happened. And I meant to mention it as I was giving the thoughts on the ride, but I was just struggling for sentence structure at that point. But yeah, this is all incredible around here, as expected. Let's have a look at Isengard in the day. It's so imposing, isn't it? Like, the whole structure. It's just so well done. I can't believe each side is 1,000 pieces. No, I can believe it's 1,000 pieces. It's Albriss and Warin. They don't do things by half. It is genuinely the tower from Isengard, isn't it? Incredible. And then finally, let's just have a quick look at Helm's Deep in the day. The amount of troops down here. Like, the percentage of the park is just this one battle over here. Like, the rest of the park's only about 20%. And then using the glitch, just over here is like 100% of the limit. Just this one area alone. Yeah, incredible. I love how you've got the Riders of Rohan coming down here on the horses as well. Look at them all coming down, and we have Gandalf the White up here rallying the troops. Yeah, amazing. Right, yeah, now we can go to some closing thoughts. So let's do it, shall we? So we had to wait almost 3 years for the follow-on park from your first Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Rings park. And was it worth the wait? Wow, that was just epic on such a grand scale. Like, everything about it, it was such a worthy follow-on from that first park, in its storytelling, in its set designs. We literally did the events of the second film, from Merry and Pippin with the Ents, and then the March of the Ents upon Isengard towards the end of the film, and then following the events of the Rohans and the War at Helm's Deep, and just everything about it was epic. It was grand. And I say it was a shorter spotlight, it's still been a relatively long spotlight for such a small park, just because of how much was packed into it. And like I said, you now need to do the third and final park. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. What did you all think of this amazing Lord of the Rings park? Let me know down below. But I'm going to be back very, very soon with more Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo content. Until then, take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody!